Well, you guys know that I love fireplaces. I love them. I have such a soft spot in my heart for any room that has a fireplace. Hell, I'll even take a mantle if that's all there is, because it's another place for me to be able to create a beautiful vignette, you know, just another place for me to layer. That's all I'm looking for. So this is a charming, I mean, it could not be a smaller little nook of a fireplace. It's just this little tiny corner, wonderful and rustic. You know, it's a very small and not even very special mantle. You know, it's just a couple of hunks of wood slammed up. It's a great color, like a rich terracotta on the wall, and I had to turn it into as much about us as I could, because, you know, I didn't feel like when I first saw that there was a lot of opportunity here, but then once I started thinking about it, you know, I was like, okay, a big mirror would be spectacular up here, and I always think a big mirror really helps anchor my space. And then you know me, I've got this thing for books. I've told you over and over and over. So, you know, I gather them all up and I find highs and lows. I'll find a few old books, a few new books, you know, and I'll start to kind of play around with them. Some of them I'll, you know, lay flat next to each other, some little ones on top. You know, I love the ratty old books. Those are good. Don't ever pass those up if you see them. You know, or books that were passed on to you from your grandparents. Those are just wonderful. And even turning, you know, books that have interesting, you know, this is a wonderful English-French dictionary. Even turn those out so you get to see this yummy side of it. Isn't that charming? And then I throw a little bit of silver in, you know, which I haven't been very good at polishing, which has a few little army men inside. Very hairy little army men. You know, we have dogs. So there's a little layer of hair on everything in our home. And then, you know, I'll add my little bits and pieces. The little kitschy peacock, you know, that I got for like $7 at somebody's garage sale. I love that stuff. Or when I travel to Asia, I always pick up marvelous little pieces like this that are all dust covered and that I never do dust because I think it makes them even more special. You know, the little birds and things like that I love. You know, just wonderful little things that I like to pick up as I go. And then I always think it's pretty to find interesting little paintings and things. This darling little fox is so pretty. That simple gold frame with the black and then the fox face on it. It's just perfect there. It didn't even need anything else by it. And it turns this tiny little corner into a place that you just want to nestle up next to and sit and read a book and be. It's one of my favorite places to come up to. You know, I'm going to keep adding layers to it and things like that. But if you have these little corners in your house, it's a great place for you to play and find more of you.
Hail to the infinite torment of Tantalus, never tasting the lovely sweet of fruit that dangles from above.